Greetings everybody, John Tyre. This is my channel WikiGameGuides, and today I'm going to answer the question, how big is Assassin's Creed Origins? And answer a bunch of other frequently asked questions about Origins that that's a good start, that I've seen about the game during yesterday's stream. And if you have any more questions about the game, you're curious about my experiences or other specific items in the game, please don't hesitate to post them in the comments. So what I'm going to do, I am in the southwest area of the map. As you can see, I haven't even explored the whole map yet. And this game has a new autopilot feature where if you set a marker on or near a road, the horse will just automatically take you there. Now obviously the horse isn't going to go all the way to the top right because there's a lot of water there, but we can get pretty close. So you hold X, go to custom marker, and 1,000 meters away, well, I'm going to set a timer and see how long this takes. Stopwatch, start. Okay. So my experience so far, I really enjoyed this game. It's much more RPG focused and a lot more, the combat system has been completely reworked and much more nuanced combat than previous Assassin's Creed games, and I'm enjoying it for that reason so much more. The previous Assassin's Creed games have been very kind of automatic combat where you drop a smoke grenade and then just stab everybody nearby, and that got kind of boring and repetitive after a while, and I've kind of gotten burned out on Assassin's Creed. And I think the year off that they took between Origins and what was the last one, Syndicate, has really paid off in this game, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I'll go into more details specific about what I'm really liking about this game in a little bit. So this new auto horse thing is kind of interesting. It lets you basically just follow the road, and then you can aim and shoot or use Senu, your bird, to scout while your horse is moving. And the way the horse works is kind of odd in this game. I've never seen anything like this. The horse, regardless of using the autopilot, is always on auto speed. There is no speed control or sprint or boost or anything like that with the horse. The horse chooses how fast it's going depending on your surroundings and what terrain you're on. So I'm kind of in a city area right now with a lot of idiots walking in the middle of the street, and so I'm going a little bit slower. If you stay on a road versus going off-road, between trees, that kind of stuff, you will also go faster as well. So the map is not restricted by level cap. I'm only level 22 right now, and you can go, I believe once you're past the prologue, you can go into any area, any high-level area at any time. And I have my fingers crossed that I don't get killed during this run here. So these enemies are only level 1 and 3. I'm level 22, so I'm going to kill them in one shot. I did a test recording of this earlier where I was starting off in level 40 areas and I was getting killed instantly. So you can go to those areas, but you can't necessarily succeed in those areas. If an enemy is 2 or 3 level, I'm going to say 3 levels higher than you, instead of showing their actual level above their head, they'll just be a red skull, basically saying, stay the hell away. You don't stand a chance, and those enemies will kill you very, very fast. And obviously the horse AI is kind of dumb. It just ran me into a tree there. Another common question was about multiplayer in this game, and there is no competitive or cooperative multiplayer in this game, but there are a few online components. So the first big thing is that on a future DLC, there's like a gladiator arena mode that they're adding that is basically a horde mode where you see how long you can survive and compare your score to other people. The other multiplayer components are, well, first off, there's a photo mode in this game now, where if you hit both sticks in simultaneously, you can take a photo, and then the photo will be shared on the map. And any, let's see if I can find someone else's photo. This photo here, oh, this is my photo from before, so someone else sees my photo, can favorite it. Let's go to someone else's photo. Zerks23. pretty good photo. That's about it. There's also these vengeance missions marked with these kind of teal exclamation points, and at those there will be the dead body of someone else that has been playing the game, and they're kind of similar to bloodstains in Dark Souls. It says, oh, figure out who killed this person and seek vengeance, and then you get a little bit of experience, a little bit of gold, maybe an item. They're pretty minor side quests, but they're interesting, I guess. There's really not much to them. So overall, there's very little multiplayer or online in this game. Another common question that I've seen is about microtransactions in this game. And you know what, let's go to the menu again as well. It's not fully up, so I can't show you everything right now. Like right now, the Helix credits part, they are not purchasable, so I don't know how much money you have to spend to get the Helix credits. You get 200 Helix credits for just having the game, and I believe I got 500 more for having the gold edition of the game. If you go to gear, you can see there's there's packs and there's gear available and time savers. Hopefully this loads quickly. The store has been loading very, very slow pre-launch. Come on. Want to load for me? There we go. You can buy these legendary bow packs or melee packs. You can also buy individual pieces of gear, like different outfits or a unicorn mount, which is kind of awesome, but I'm not going to spend any money on this game, so that would use up most of my Helix credits. You can also buy these top tier shields and weapons. So items that have a gold background are the top tier weapons. I believe they're called legendary. Let's look at my gear actually and find out the correct name. Legendary is for gold, purple is rare, and blue is regular. And so there's a bunch of different legendary weapons that and shields that you can buy. And the interesting thing about this game is I assume that when you buy those, they're going to be the level that your character is right now. So if I bought one, I'm level 22. The sword would be level 22, and then once I get up to level 30, that legendary sword would be kind of worthless. But the loot system is very interesting in this game in that any weapon that you find, you can upgrade to your current level at a blacksmith. So if you bought a legendary weapon at level 1, once you get to level 5, you can go back to a blacksmith, spend the in-game currency, the gold, the drachmas, that you get a ton of, and upgrade the legendary weapon. So theoretically, you could play the entire game with one weapon, which I found kind of interesting. But not that fun. Like, a great part of this game is how many different weapons there are and how many different weapon types there are to kind of mix up the combat throughout the entire game. The time savers include things like resource packs for crafting or marking your map with locations of all of the different kind of collectibles that are scattered throughout the world. Chocolate Bar 007 asks what my favorite weapon variant has been so far. My favorite so far is the heavy blunt. It's just a big hammer that you just smack people in the head with. It's very slow, but it does a ton of damage. And also the sickle sword, and you can actually use these when you're on your horse. So I can show off the hammer right now, and you can charge up a heavy attack. I guess it doesn't, the animation doesn't really change that much if you're on a horseback. And then this is a sickle sword. It kind of looks like, oh, I'm getting chased down now. Oh, Jesus! They one-shot me. Holy crap! I must have been fighting level 40 guys there. Well, fortunately, when you respawn, you respawn like very close to where you died, not at the last checkpoint or fast travel point or something like that. Man, what level zone am I in? Level 40. Okay, there we go. Well, let's get back on the horse, and oh, it erased my marker. That's odd. So let's set the marker back up again. Go to see what this question mark is. Auto horse and follow the road. Okay, so the sickle sword, it kind of reminds me of the Dothraki weapons in Game of Thrones, especially on horseback. It's just really fun to use. There's also one dual-wield weapon class. Things like the heavy blunt actually use two hands, but there's a dual sword class that's just like these daggers that attack very, very fast. But unfortunately, I haven't really liked that class so very much so far, because the weapons that I found, and it seems to be just random, they do not, or they haven't done a ton of damage. But I think once I find a rare or a legendary version of the dual swords, I will like it more, because most likely those will add poison on every hit or bleed on every hit. And if you can get a weapon that does that extra damage over time, ooh, let's see if I can kill these. With something that attacks very fast, I'm sure it'll be a much more effective weapon, but so far, just these super heavy hammers have been the best weapon so far. Choco Bar also asked what my favorite Assassin's Creed games have been so far, and how this game stacks up to them. So my favorite Assassin's Creed games have been Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood. 2 was just an amazing all-around game and such a huge step up from 1. It was just an amazing experience. And then Brotherhood just perfected and streamlined all the problems that 2 had, and Brotherhood was a masterpiece in my opinion. It just, like, the setting, the story, the combat, like, it was just like unlike anything we'd really seen, and just like a perfection of the Assassin's Creed formula at that point. And then since then, after Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, the game hasn't varied that much. It's been kind of incrementally improving and then going backwards in some cases over time, and it's just kind of lost steam for me and lost muster, and I've kind of, whoa, uh-oh, ambushed again. I'm gonna die. Oh yeah, okay, so that guy's got a red skull. Hopefully I can outrun these guys, or they just have bad shots. Oh no, he seems faster than me. Oh god, please, no, leave me alone, take my money. Ah, dang it. Alright, well, I gotta respawn again. Oh, man. So, my favorite games have been Brotherhood and 2. I also enjoyed Black Flag, but I wouldn't put that as one of my favorites, because I think I never finished Black Flag, and I think that's just because I was burned out on the Assassin's Creed formula by that point in time, and I was just kind of bored of doing Assassin's Creed. And I think one of the reasons I'm enjoying this game so much is because they took that extra year off to polish, presumably, to polish the game, and just giving me that little bit of time to step away from Assassin's Creed. I'm really enjoying it so much more. But then obviously the RPG elements they've added to this game are excellent, and the combat has just taken a huge step forward. And if you want to see more of the combat and more of my thoughts on the combat, check the link in the description. I did a video yesterday just kind of breaking down all the new features of the combat and how it's very much like Dark Souls now. Another question that caught my attention yesterday during the live stream was, is Senu necessary in the game? Because calling him for every fight looks fucking boring and annoying after a while. And I couldn't agree more. It looked really dumb and stupid using this bird to scout after every fight. And no, it's not necessary if you prefer the combat over going stealth. If you want to go stealth, you're gonna need to scout frequently. It's very difficult to see all the enemies, and there's a lot of, you know, well hidden enemies and big bases and that kind of stuff. And if you just want to go in proverbially guns blazing and just kill everybody without trying to be stealth, then you obviously don't need that. And it's very easy to play that way if you want to. But if you do like to go stealth, I do want to say that using Senu to scout improves over time. So every sync point that you get improves his perception. So very early on in the game, I was really frustrated by this dumb bird because it was very difficult to mark the enemies. And let's see if I can just do that right here. Yeah, you can. And it was a very slow process, but every sync point it makes it easier to see and mark the enemies. And after about 15 or so sync points that I got, using Senu was a breeze and significantly easier to do. And there's 50 something total synchronization points scattered throughout the entire map. Another common question that unfortunately I don't have an answer to yet is, were there any legacy outfits or costumes in the game? Obviously, I showed that there were none for sale in the e-store, but I am not even close to beating the game yet, so I don't know for sure quite yet. I really hope so, and I'll post something as soon as I find one. Another thing that really caught my attention is very different about this game from previous Assassin's Creed games is that there's difficulty settings. There's easy, medium, and hard to choose from. And I don't know exactly what that changes quite yet, unfortunately. I emailed the Ubisoft PR people, they haven't got back to me yet, and I haven't bothered testing yet, and I'm honestly not that interested in it to do the testing myself, but I would guess that the difficulty settings affect how much health enemies have, how much damage they do, and their perception around the world, meaning like how easy they might see you if you're trying to remain stealth. And I've been playing on hard the entire time, which has been a fantastic challenge. It's really prevented me from going into areas and succeeding in areas that were way above my level. And I'm going to remain on hard difficulty for the rest of the game. It's not overwhelmingly hard. It's not brutally difficult if you're fighting enemies that are at or below your level. As soon as you get 2 levels above your character, you're going to be in trouble, though, especially if you're fighting a group of enemies. And this question kind of relates to the difficulty. How many times have I died so far in the game? I've died quite a bit. I'm 15 hours in. I would say that I die on average over that whole time, maybe once an hour, maybe twice an hour. And that skews heavily towards the beginning of the game when it took me a little bit of time to learn the combat, to learn that, these higher level enemies I really can't be messing with because they're just going to one-shot me or two-shot me. Let's see if I can kill some of these guys while I'm auto-horsing. Nope, they gave up. Okay, great. Ooh, these guys, though. Maybe get some experience while I'm riding. Unfortunately, the quiver is very, very limited in size. Another common question that I saw was, how long is it going to take to beat the game? Obviously, don't know yet. I'm 15 hours in, not even close to finishing all of the main story missions or all the side quests, or even remotely close to getting 100%. An IGN reviewer said that she finished the game with 50 hours, and there is a clock at the beginning, like when you choose your save file, that tells you how much playtime you have. And that is, if I had to guess, I would say 50 hours to beat all of the quests, and then maybe 70, 80 hours to get 100%. Obviously, that's just kind of a very, very rough estimates, and I've got a lot to go in the game, but I'm enjoying the hell out of it. And oh my gosh, I'm almost at the end time here. So including 2 deaths, it took 17 minutes and change to get across the entire map. Oh, this is a bandit camp. That was at the question mark. Well, let's kill these guys. Being on horseback is a good idea. Oh, there's a hippo. Oh, let's get a hippo friend. Let's make sure I got the right thing equipped. So I have a skill where if I use a sleep dart against an enemy, I can then tame him, and he will fight for me. Yay! Go hippo! Kill people for me! Hungry, hungry hippos! Wait, is he even gonna do damage, or is he just distracting? Come on, hippo. Let's call him Larry. Come on, Larry. Oh my god. I know you can do it. Oh, Ew, he barely does any damage at all. I can kill him faster than... Oh, and then another hippo comes out of nowhere. Shit. I'm gonna kill you. Oh my god. So that hippo is level 12. I'm level 22, and I'm barely doing damage to him. Alright, let's use my adrenaline attack. And... kill this guy. Let's see how much more damage this hammer does compared to the sickle sword. Alright, let's kill this guy and then finish looting this area. You cannot have more than one animal friend at a time, unfortunately. Loot treasure. And as soon as you tame a second one, it then reverts the first animal to being an enemy. Alright, so that was the entire map. We didn't see any pyramids along the way, and that was almost the entire map, because this area you can't just auto-horse your way through. But anyway, that was fun. And I died more than I would have liked. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. If you have any questions, be sure to throw them in the comments. And please subscribe for more Assassin's Creed Origin updates. Thanks for watching, and game on.